Hello everybody, this is my AAW Point of No Return DVD review. I've never done AAW before and this is my return, so I thought I'd do Point of No Return to start things off. I'm taking my glasses off because I don't need them at the moment. We started off, well, if you're not aware of AAW, it's an independent promotion based out of Illinois. I nearly forgot, or the surrounding area. And some people have described it as, you know, a combination of ROH and ECW. I definitely saw some resemblances in this show. This was the first show of theirs I'd seen, because I bought it from Smart Mark, thought I'd check it out and do a review of it. So, yep, that's what I'm doing here. The production values were pretty good to start things off. The commentary team, I wasn't really sure of at the start. You know, they did some good things and some bad things, but as night went on, I got used to them, and they actually turned out to be really good by the end of the night. There was a lot of references to you know, things of the past, and which I always enjoy. Some people don't enjoy it so much because they just don't care, but I really enjoyed it. I think it was from the Colour Guy. I don't know who did it. I'm ignorant today. I didn't do enough research. Anyway, we started off with Egotistico Fantastico versus Hunter Matthews. This was a squash match. Hunter Matthews, I hadn't heard of him before. Basically, got some token offense in, and Egotistico Fantastico beat him 1.5 stars. It was still fun at points, even though it was a squash. Next, we had Lynn versus Arik Priest for the AAW Heavyweight title. This was one of those cases of, hey, let's have this match now, you know, in the ring, and you get the deal. So we had the match, and Arik Priest was the face, Lynn was the heel. Arik Priest had an injured knee. Lynn worked it over. The match went about 10 minutes or something, and I believe Arik Priest is screwed in some way, shape, or form. I can't exactly remember because the ending wasn't really that memorable for me, but the match was memorable as a whole, and I enjoyed it. 3.25 stars. Next, we had Ryan Boz versus Krotch. Ryan Boz being managed by Jimmy Jacobs, and Krotch being managed by Ryan Boz's sister. I believe that's all correct. This was Ryan Boz is a big guy. Krotch is a small, fun-loving babyface kind of guy who, well, his name's Krotch. Figure it out yourself. 1.75 stars. Basically, it was a squash. Or another squash. Where was I? Oh, yes. Next, we had the Phoenix Twins versus Danny Daniels and Trik Davis. The Phoenix Twins are a pair of twins, but they look strange. They're bald, and I don't know. There's something about them that just really looks weird. And then we had versus Danny Daniels, who won the Ted Petty 2003, and Trik Davis, who a lot of people are aware of, if they follow the US indie scene. And this was for a tag title shot, I believe. This match was pretty fun. Started off a bit slow for my liking, and but really picked up with, you know, hot tags and things of that nature. Phoenix Twins, I hadn't seen them before, but they were really good. I'm trying to think. Did the match start off? I was just thinking of something else. The next match on the thing. Yes, so Phoenix Twins versus Danny Daniels and Trik Davis, 3.5 stars. And the Phoenix Twins won a title shot. Then we had Dan Lawrence and Silas Young. Silas Young, a lot of people will be aware of if they follow ROH, versus Chandler, McClure, and Jordan McIntyre, whose gimmicks are tools, especially Chandler, McClure. This match was, I don't know, pretty fun. Silas Young is always enjoyable to watch. Chandler McClure, the rest of the guys I really hadn't seen that much. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the match. 2.75 star, which is pretty good. Next, we had Keith Walker versus Rasche Brown. This was two big guys just brawling, and it was pretty good brawling. It was only about 5 minutes long, but it was really good for that. And it went to a double DQ because they wouldn't stop fighting, and you could tell they were kind of winded after it. But 2 stars, pretty good. But of course, the segment as a whole and what they were building up to was worth a lot more than 2 stars, because I really enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite parts of the show. And I believe next we had Terry Funk coming out, putting over AAW. Or it might have been later on the card. I think it was after that. just having trouble remembering because I didn't write it down in my notes here. And then Jimmy Jacobs came out anyway, and him and Terry argued, and Terry Funk beat him up, and I can't remember exactly what was going on. Oh yeah, Terry Funk bitch slapped him. Of course, Ryan Boz, who was with Jimmy Jacobs, got in the ring after Terry Funk slapped him, and of course Terry Funk was too slow in getting out of the ring, so he sort of Ryan Boz had to stand there instead of beat him down or anything, and it just looked kind of awkward, but overall it was pretty decent. Next we had Josh Raymond, or some other people would know him as Josh Abercrombie, versus Zach Gowen, the guy with one leg. This match was really short. I expected a lot more and it to be a lot longer. It was only about 5 minutes long, and Josh Raymond was pretty much getting over his heel gimmick. So yeah, 1 3/4 of a star. Not much to say about it. Just Josh Raymond getting himself over, which was the idea of the match. And yeah, next we had North Star Express, who were the tag champs, come out and celebrate being tag champions, I guess, or winning the tag titles recently. I believe they had. I may be wrong. And the Phoenix Twins came out and challenged him to a match, and then the manager of the North Star Express, I'm trying to remember his name now. Anyway, I think one of them stabbed one of the Phoenix Twins in the eye or something, and so Adrenaline Overdose, who were another face tag team, came out, and the Phoenix Twins gave Adrenaline Overdose their tag title shot. And this was a really good match. Up until this point, probably the match of the night. There's a lot of good tag wrestling on the show, I must say. But yeah, Adrenaline Overdose ended up taking home the tag titles from the North Star Express. 3.5 stars. I didn't really understand why, if North Star Express had won the tag titles recently, I haven't followed them previously, so I might be wrong, but that you would have Adrenaline Overdose win the tag titles the next show, I guess. And the Phoenix, but they weren't even the number one contenders. The Phoenix Twins were, so you get the idea. Phoenix Twins won the number one contendership, then give it to Adrenaline Overdose, and then Adrenaline Overdose used it to beat North Star Express, unless one of the Phoenix Twins or Adrenaline Overdose is going to turn heel. But yeah, this got a large reaction from the crowd. The Adrenaline Overdose winning the tag titles. 3.5 stars. Next we had Jimmy Jacobs versus Arik Cannon, and this was for the AAW Heritage title match. This was an AAW Heritage title match, and it was supposed to be between Jimmy Jacobs and Arik Cannon, and Krotch came out, who had, I believe Arik Cannon had interfered in something Krotch had done or beat him down early in that night. I think it was after the Ryan Boz match. See, I'm having trouble with details here because I didn't write down detailed notes, and my memory is sort of failing me on this event. There just wasn't a lot of memorable stuff. Pretty much paint by numbers, I guess. But anyway, the match had Krotch get put into the match, and then Jimmy Jacobs and Arik Cannon, who were both heels, beat down on Krotch. And then in the end, Krotch ended up picking up the victory. And I don't understand this, because it was a good match, because you got heat on Jacobs and Cannon, and Krotch played the underdog, ended up winning the match. It was good. It was good enough, but the problem is Krotch had been dominated by Ryan Boz earlier that night, and now he's winning later in that same night, winning the Heritage title. Sort of makes it look bad, I guess. Of course, it also got a good reaction from the crowd. It was a feel-good moment, just like the Adrenaline Overdose winning the tag titles. 2.5 stars. Next, we had Tyler Black versus Marek Brave, and they'd been building to this with segments, interviews and promos and things through the process of the night. Just like between each match, they would have some interviews, and I always promotions should do this more, and they did it really well on this show. They'd put interviews and things like that between matches, and so you didn't feel kind of worn out. Anyway, this match was a Stairway to Hell match. Tyler Black versus Marek Brave. Very good match and all that, but there was a barbed wire chair under the ring. I didn't understand why. The whole big deal with a Stairway to Hell match is there's barbed wire up there, and then there's just some under the ring on a chair. and Marek Brave bled. Tyler Black didn't bleed much. Neither of them really bled a lot, and you expect a lot of blood from this type of match. But if you do Undertaker and Edge in a Hell in a Cell match with very little blood, then you can do this match with very little blood, and it worked because it was highly enjoyable. Went on for about half an hour, maybe a little bit too long, but 4 stars. There was a lot of crazy spots, and Tyler Black won it and won a heavyweight title shot, which wasn't, I believe, was only said at that point, at the very last minute. So, kind of, I don't know, it was a bit iffy with me. Overall, 7 out of 10. Pick it up if you want to check out something new. It was good, but there was lots of room for improvement, I felt. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.